Aliens have landed in Penticton. They've come in the form of plants and animals. They are no respecter of native species. They may have toxic spines or wings or many legs. They are unwanted and don't belong here. Leading the charge against these invaders, a local champion has risen up, Lisa Scott, biologist.
When you go to the beach, normal footwear is sandals or flip-flops. But when you're in a sandy location like this, there's a good chance you might encounter Puncture Vine, another one of our invasive plants that we don't want here. So what we've got here on the bottom of my shoe are some of the segments of the seed head. They break apart like the segments of an orange. Yep, and it can poke into a foot or the paw of an animal, or in this case, the bottom of my shoes.
Another villain on the nasty list is purple loosestrife. First introduced as an ornamental flower, it now proliferates our lakes and rivers, choking out native plants. But now the aliens are facing a biological counterattack. This tiny beetle has been introduced here, and it only eats purple loosestrife.
We can tell that this particular purple loosestrife plant has been attacked by the beetle, by the damage to the leaves, what we call shot holes. But you can see the entire plant is actually brown and not very healthy. When it comes to impacts to our local agriculture, probably the most unwelcome species is this guy. The starlings impact the wine industry probably more than anything else, but tree fruits aren't immune as well.
Importing bullfrogs for their legs as a dining delicacy was a bad idea, especially when the frogs were released into the wild.
Because the bullfrog will eat anything it can fit into its mouth. And you can see by looking at it, that's a big mouth to fill. It does occur in the South Okanagan in a few ponds, and the goal here is eradication. We do not want this frog. When it comes to invasive species, people are probably most familiar with invasive plants. In this particular example here, we've got diffuse snapweed. It's unwanted. It will compete with our native wildlife, and it'll also affect our livestock industry.
Join Lisa in her fight against the alien invasion by attending the Royal BC Museum's traveling exhibit Aliens Among Us, on now through November 17 at the Penticton Museum.
Unfortunately, many of these species are here to stay, but what we don't need are new invasive species coming to the Okanagan Valley. So come on in, have a look at the exhibit, learn what's here, and learn what you can do to prevent further spread of these species, as well as prevent other species from invading.